Hello, not Shirley. Shulamite, hi. Hi, how are you? Ah, Tolulokbe. Hi, hi. How are you? We're just waiting for our speaker to come online. It's Ash Kitchen, hi. Yes, I'm very good, not Shirley, thank you. Really, it's been ages. Funny enough, it's 2 years already. 2 years. Oh, welcome everybody. We're just waiting for our speaker to join in. Sorry, I don't know. My network was is behaving some way. Hi Osama. Hi Mafo. Hello. How are you guys doing? How you spending your Democracy Day? Kemi, hello. Okay, so as not to waste so much time, since we're still waiting for our speaker, I would just give like a brief introduction and then I'll talk about my scoliosis story. I was going to talk about it like next week, but why not just do it today? Okay, so like all of you know, my name is Mary Jane. And I think majority of the persons right now on this life, they already know me. They know me from when I had not done my spinal fusion, which is the scoliosis surgery. So I discovered that I didn't even discover it. My mom noticed that I had scoliosis, and I think I was what? I think I was in GS2, so I think I was 12 at the time. Yeah, I was 12. And so she was like, "Oh, why are you walking funny?" I said, "Walking funny? I'm not walking funny. Oh. This is my normal way of walking." And she was like, "No, there's something different about you." And so I was like, "Okay, I don't know. I've not noticed nothing." And so she was like, "Oh, okay, no problem." And so I think I was on holiday that period. And so I think she watched me during that holiday period and she was like, "Nah, this is not normal." And so we had to go to the hospital. So we went to UBTH because I was living in Benin at the time. Went to UBTH and they're like, "Oh, this is scoliosis." And everybody is like, "What is scoliosis?" And everybody's like, "Oh, what is scoliosis?" I didn't know what it was. I know then phones were not available at the time to start like browsing and everything. So you have to like go to cyber cafes and all of that. And so, but we just relied on the. Oh, okay. So our speaker is here. So I think we'll really hold my story and then let me just add her. Accept. Hi.
Hi everyone.
Hi, Lade.
You can hear me.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Can you hear me, please? But I can't hear you.
Yes. Yes. Oh, really? You can't hear me? Why? And I can hear you perfectly there.
Okay. I can hear you.
Okay, please.
Hi everyone.
Can you hear me? Okay, perfect. Hi. How are you? Well done. Okay, so Lade, let's not take much of people's time this democracy day. Let's get started. So please do an introduction. So it consists of your name, what you do, and how long you've had scoliosis. It's like it's raining right now. Did you hear me, Lade? I said give an introduction, your name, what you do,
Okay,
and
so
when you discovered you had scoliosis.
my name is Idowu Tolulope Omolade. I'm a fresh graduate from Federal University of Technology, Akure, and I'm also a fashion designer. So when I discovered I had scoliosis, I was in secondary school actually when I discovered I had scoliosis, and that was like 15 years ago. That was 2011 years. So when I first noticed, I don't even know the term for it then, but I sure know people were talking about the way I walk, I sit. Some people try to correct my sitting posture. I stand sometimes, and they think I was actually doing fashion. But to me, that was how I was like. That was how I felt comfortable walking and sitting. So I didn't see it as anything. When people started complaining, like, don't sit like that, bending, you're tilting to one side. I was like, what's the problem? I don't feel discomforted. I'm comfortable the way I am. I don't see anything bad in it. I noticed actually then, even when my friends were talking about it in school. So when my friends got to know about it, I think I was undressed in the presence of my mom, because normally I have my own room and I don't get to undress in the presence of. I was undressing in the presence of my mom. It was like, mom, with my back, is that place paining you? I said no, I'm fine. And I said, like that thing is unusual. You don't like. It's like, how did you get there? I was like, I don't know. I didn't see anything on my back, so I can't see my back. Actually, my dad. Okay, since you notice what has been there, but let's go to the clinic then. So he took me to our family doctor. So when I got there, series screening and all of that, the man said about what is going on, but he could not place a name on it. Like, this is so that is happening to you. So the man said, okay, I will refer you to a bigger hospital. So he referred me to one federal medical center there in our state. When I got there, he said I should go to orthopedic clinic. So I went there with my dad. When I got there, I met the doctor. And the doctor was like, okay, you have to do x-ray. So I went for x-ray. I brought to the doctor. After I got on screening, the man said I have scoliosis. What is, that word was very big, like scoliosis. What is scoliosis? That was like shocked, like the name was really big, like scoliosis. That it is scoliosis, and with the X-ray is looking at, it doesn't know the cause. So I may have to go for CT scan. Maybe you have a clearer view of what is happening. So my dad made up his mind that okay, I'll go to Lagos the following week for CT scan. So when we got home, my dad was like, okay, let me just carry this our Congo. Let me give him feedback of what we got from the doctor. So when we got to him, the man said, that I'm too young for CT scan to specialist hospital instead of doing CT scan. So the man now referred us to Igbobi Orthopedic in Lagos. When we got to Lagos, go through a lot of process again, hiring process. At the end of the day, we go to the scoliosis clinic. And we met the doctor. All this time, I was even like, why are you people stressing me like this? I'm not feeling sick. I'm not feeling sick. I don't take medication. I'm not on sick bed. So I was like, okay, I'll show you what you want me to do. So when we got to the clinic, the man said, I should go for another x-ray. I'm not going to go with the one I brought. This is not the same x-ray they will still give me when I go for another one. He said, go for another x-ray. It wasn't my mom that took me to Lagos. My dad was at home. We even got to Igbobi. The doctor I met at that FMC hospital told me that I have 5 years old. That if I did not do anything about my scoliosis, I would die in the next 5 years. My dad was like, inside my mind, I was like, me, I will not die. I immediately found out that I'm going to die. Me, I will not die anytime. My dad was so scared. And he said I should not what the doctor said because my mom would just like, okay, I will not tell her. It was inside me, but I was not scared because I know me, I will not die. The man said, I did another x-ray. I gave him the x-ray, did some screening and all of that, and he said, ma, this is adolescent idiopathic scoliosis. That one even gave it a good name, like, okay. I was like, adolescent idiopathic scoliosis, what was that? I was like, okay, what is the way forward? What can I do to like stop it? Or the man has said, I use surgery done here. Surgery cannot be done here. And I was like, okay, do you mean we have to go outside the hospital? Is there another department for that in the hospital? The man said, no, I mean outside. And I was like, outside where? Like India, China. At that time, I just burst into laughter, like, now India, China. What? Like, I'm not feeling sick. I said I'd be going to India, China for surgery. I was like, okay, I cried, When I said I needed surgery, so I'm not crying. So how come I was the one crying? My dad has been calling. So eventually my mom picked the call and told him what the doctor said, that I have to travel out of Nigeria for the surgery. My dad too started crying. God. How of them is why Kukuma joined them in the cry. If it is cry, but he wants to be crying. Tell me to cry. What is it? Is there something that the doctor said that I'm not aware of? Now we cry though. I rather that like I told my dad that this is me, your child talking to you. In my own body, in my own mind. I'm not feeling like somebody that will die tomorrow. So I will not die. Like, okay, calm them and make them feel better. They stop crying. And I went on with my life. Another time I was preparing for my WAEC exam. I just came back to school, did my exams and passed. And from there, I just started living my life like nothing was wrong. So I was like, I'm not feeling sick. Nothing is wrong with me. I really go to the hospital. I just continued with my life and everything was fine. I know my dad used to think about it. My parents used to think about it. But me, that I have this, it does not bother me. Admission. I have to think about polio from class. So it's a set of they were sitting down there. I think I called that come out. I was like, to say something like, what is wrong? And I came outside to look at me and they started laughing like, that day I felt really bad. Actually trying to my tears, like I wanted to cry immediately. My tears and just walk past them. I didn't say anything, I just walked past them and to my hostel. I got to my hostel that that was the first time I really cried about my scoliosis because I didn't allow it to live my life as if nothing was wrong. There was this lady that saw what happened, so immediately as I was going to my hostel, she followed me. Immediately I entered the hostel, like, she just came like, don't mind those guys, so don't mind them and just try to like make me share up and happy. But me, when I cry my cry, don't just try to like console me because it make it worse. So that like I really cried. I just got after that I will be better. I'll just going back to my school activity.
We can.
I was not to pay back on that NG that I got. Putting for direct entry, I got admission into FUTA. And I was so proud of me. Like, he used to be so proud of me. Like, wow, I got admission. So when I got to FUTA, the college of that I went to, we have a uniform, like, to just wear that uniform. Sometimes I'll just dress up one. Sometimes like, I don't want to with those guys, and I'll just what those guys did away my self-esteem. I just like, okay, I'll like when those things happen, I try to like console myself. Yeah, this thing, if you don't do it, nobody will do it for you. Just like the next day, I'll just pick myself up again and just go on with my life. So when I got to put have the opportunity
We move.
Yes, like so I just do big shirts. You will not see me wear any tiny clothes or fitted clothes. So I just wear my big round neck or big clothes shirt that I'll be able to I'm still up to hide my core. I started living my life again. So at that time I tried to like what anybody says gets to hard. Because there will be times they will just be like, why is this me like some people are so I don't know how to just some people are so I don't want to use the word senseless. They look at you to the extent that they will look
so
at you to the extent that though somebody is looking at
human beings.
you know that kind of feeling. And I was just want to follow me to my house. Or why are you looking at me like that? So I was like sometimes I just like to give them one kind of look before they will just stop looking staring. I'm like, now I not be your so it's not your fault. So sometimes I really feel I find it hard to just leave my house. So that is one part of me. I stay indoor like most times. I just be in my room and I don't want visitors. Don't come and visit me. I don't want to visit anybody. Just leave me alone. uh So eventually, when okay, I think at my school history, I was like, okay, this thing is happening to me. Like, I'm not real. I don't scoliosis. Like, I did. Currently, back. Like, okay, let me start. I know. So I have to like, okay, let me just search about it again. That was when I found out about this NGO. And one thing again that made me feel bad about scoliosis was because when I was diagnosed with scoliosis, then I went online to I read a lot about scoliosis. Like anything I see online about scoliosis, I will read. So I found out one like what you posted today, like it happens to 1 in 1,000 people, and I'll be like, oh my god, why am I the one in that 1,000?
Like one.
1 in 1,000. Why is this happening to me? I'll just question God and be like, God. But then I was like, okay, I'll console myself again. I think words would have happened, you know, go on with my life. When I'm feeling that, I'll just think, and I'll want to console myself. For it's not like somebody from somewhere will come and console me. I don't know anybody. Like,
Also,
understand what you're going through.
yes.
That's another worst thing about scoliosis. Because they will feel like, I'm like, you don't look sick.
Lade, can you hear me? Lade, can you hear me? Oh, her network. Okay. So I'm sure her network kicked her out. So, Lade, please just send another request so I can accept it and we can continue. Okay, so continuing about my story, yeah. So I had no after what yes, I saw that one went to the hospital, yes. So by the time we got to the hospital, so many back and forth and everything, do this test, do that test, do this screening and everything. And so they said, oh, you have scoliosis, so you'd have to you'd have to start physiotherapy. I'm like, okay, that's fine. Okay, so she has requested again. Okay, let's see.
I'm sorry, it's the network.
No problem, it's fine.
Okay, so let me just go straight to when I found out scoliosis surgery is possible. So when I
No,
got to
first,
know about scoliosis,
when did you find beyond the curve spine?
I can't hear you.
When did you find beyond the curve spine?
Ah, was it not in May? I think that should be May this year.
Okay, okay, okay.
apologize about this network now. Okay.
Okay, no, we can hear you now. We can hear you now.
Okay, so I got to know about Beyond the Curve fine this year, May. And that was during
Okay, so
my
you even knew surgery was possible in the organization.
yeah, the man I met then told me I needed surgery. So in my mind, I know there is scoliosis surgery, and I read about it online too. But then they
Okay.
said it's not possible in Nigeria. Do you understand? I knew the scoliosis surgery was
Yes.
possible, but then it's not possible in Nigeria. That I have to go to China, India, where you want to make I see that kind of money. So even fund it.
Network.
Hello, can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
Okay, so
Yes.
I just like so recently when I started having pain, like I was when I started doing my research again, then I found Beyond the Curve fine. So through them, I got to know Dr. Shobode. The thing I remember, so I was so overwhelmed, like, so when he now said, this will cost me so amount of money, my body calmed down.
Now really my body calm down. Oh Lord.
Okay, so I'm able to do the next day. So like, since I know there is a way forward and this money must come out. So I didn't even tell my parents about so let's be starting, let's be sure before we tell them. So when I shared the experiences with me and I've seen a lot of stories. I told my dad because I even got to know about it because he knew about it because everybody said I should send my previous x-ray. And the x-ray, I don't even have it with me because I was more bothered about the medical reports, the x-ray, I don't even want to see it. So my dad was in possession of it. And I have to tell him that I need this x-ray. If I tell him I need the x-ray, he will ask me for what. So I have to tell him about the process. I told him I was like, don't worry. Now that we find solution to this thing, we will do it. Don't worry. He tried to like console me, but he said I should not tell my mom because my mom would just like freak out immediately and she can even start crying again. So he said I should not tell my mom. I didn't tell my mom until recently. I didn't tell her. So my dad was just the one doing the running around all of that. And I was like, don't worry. Even if it is to sell my car, sell my house, I'll make sure you're fine. And I felt bad again. What? So I'll make this man sell what he has worked for 35 years just because of one stupid scoliosis. I felt bad again. I'm like, I don't really want people to go through this thing. But then you're like, I will do it. So if it is for you, I will do it. You can do more for me later. Somebody that is already 70 years. Like, how many years do you have? I'm not even 40 years. So a lot. And when I got to find out about it,
Like,
it was during my final year exam. That was the wrong timing for me because to even concentrate on my studies, to read, I was just struggling with a lot of things, a lot of thoughts. I could not read, I could not sleep, I was just there. And I don't even have anybody that has gone through that process that will tell me how it is. So I may be reading now, just 1 minute I'm happy, I'm just doing my thing. The next minute I'm thinking of, God, how will I get 10 million naira? How will I get 10 million naira for surgery? And then my mood will just change immediately. God. So, and I can't manage to like finish my exam. There would be days that I would cry. I'll just hold my book like this and be crying. I will wet the book with tears and speak also myself. You have to read this, you have the exam tomorrow. And but it was really a hard time for me then. It was a hard time. I struggled to like finish my exam. After my exam finished like this, there was a day my sister called me. I was crying that day. I was really crying. So he called me on audio and was like, what was wrong with you? The way you are speaking, I said I'm fine. Because I don't really like to bother people with my own matter. So she asked what was wrong and I said, I'm fine. So she switched to video call and she just saw my face and was like, Jesus, just come home like that. Just pack your things and be coming home today. So I'll come and meet you in school. I said I'm not coming home. She said if I did not come home, that come and meet me in school. Ha, God, what was this? So I just went home and I got home and she was just like offering me like somebody that has something that cannot. So I'm like, why are you people treating me like this? I'm not dying to, but it's not like I'm dying or anything. So just take away the pity. You want to show any other thing, don't pity me, don't show me pity. Like, so they just try to like make me happy and all of that, and we are still trying to raise the money for surgery, but I'm a lot better now. During the process, I met MJ. Oh God, MJ was God sent. MJ was God sent. So then she would just call and be like, don't worry. I understand. Nothing I get. No, your thoughts are valid. God, I just needed those words MJ was sent to me then because I wasn't myself. But MJ would just call and calm me down and tell me a lot of words I wanted to hear. Like God, MJ was God sent. So then when I got to God, I'm not the only one having scoliosis. Like, my mind calm. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not the only one. I got to know about beyond the curve spine, and I see a lot of people there like, oh, so I'm not the only one. It's not like because I used to feel isolated before I joined beyond the curve spine. I really used to feel isolated, like this thing happens to 1 in 1,000 people, and I'm that one. I'm that one person. Like that really
Yeah,
used
that
to
one
make me feel bad. But
person.
oh my God, when I joined beyond the course and I see a lot of people on the group, and I'm like, wow, so I'm not the only one. I'm actually not the only one. So that really gave me some kind of peace and some sense of belonging. Sure, you get like I have. It's
Yes,
not only
I.
me. All these things that happening to me, I'm not in it alone. So I get pursue where we gathered there. So I was just like,
For me,
okay.
for me, when I knew like I was not alone was when I went to see Dr. Shobode. So like I had just heard about him. It was my sister that heard about him and then the community. And she told me about it. I reached out. I was like, oh, come and see me. Let's discuss, and everything. I was thinking I was going to be the only person, right? And then I get there. I see one person that had already done his surgery. Then they're going to operate on a guy that evening, and then I think 9 hours after his surgery, there was going to be another girl that was going to have surgery, and I'm seeing every other person. I'm like, we are many, in
Yeah,
this thing,
me.
though.
Yeah,
It's really not only me.
if you see the first day I met someone with scoliosis, I was like, it's like this thing is not having to just me. It was a guy. and
Yes.
he's way older than me. So I was like, I wanted to go and meet him and ask, like, how are you coping? How are you feeling? But then I was like, don't let me be too forward. I was just looking at him from afar off, like, okay, this is scoliosis, and I'm not the only one.
Yeah.
And then I met one lady again. That lady, we worked together in one private school like that. We were working together, and I saw her that day. I was like, wow. So this is actually not it's not only me that is in this case. So like, okay.
Yeah. I think
And
right
when I joined this bloody
rampant.
group, I'm like, really?
Okay, so Lade, what would you say? Yeah, what would you say to people that? Because for you now, you've not had your surgery, yes. So for us,
No.
us that have had our surgery, it's easier to say, oh, just do this, do that, blah blah blah. So, but for you that you have not had your surgery, so what can you tell other persons that are currently in your position? What words of encouragement can you give?
Well, I just tell them to stay strong, like to remain strong. I know they are strong already, but they should just remain strong. It's not just to them, because when I was writing my final exam, this thing really got to me. Like, I could not. I just thank God I came through. I know it's not easy to like put your mind together and not think about it, but then don't let it get to you too much. If you even have to think about it, don't let it be like, don't dwell in it too much. Just be you. Face your life, because I will tell you, scoliosis is this thing where you do your surgery to go, but then you'll not be able to recover those years that you've lost. Just imagine I didn't get to do my exams, I will have a extra year. And nobody will even ask me what of my scoliosis. Here you get. I have to like go back to it. So just do what you have to
Yes.
do. Be courageous. In fact, be strong. And just know that you are plenty. You are plenty. And for people who are not in the community, get a friend like MJ. That's one. That will encourage you, give you words of encouragement. So just have a friend like MJ, then encourage yourself too. There will be days that you just be on your own and you won't see anybody to encourage you. You will cry
Yeah.
again and do what is necessary. So just be courageous, be strong, be strong. Be strong for you, be strong for your parents, be strong for your family and friends and for people that care about you. Okay, and then
Yeah.
don't be negligent. I was negligent in a way because when the doctor even told me about, okay, like you have scoliosis, I'm like, okay, scoliosis, and so I didn't even bother to like, this thing is in stages. We have mild scoliosis that ordinary brace will just take care of. Like you can still, you can still like manage it with the brace. For me, I didn't even bother about it. I didn't really bother about it. If they even, I'm very sure if they give me breast, then I will not even get it because it does not bother me. I felt like I felt like live my life like I don't have scoliosis. Don't do that. Just get the treatment you can get. And if you think like okay, it's already severe, you can still start your treatment. It's not too late. So just do something about it. Don't leave it. Don't leave it to keep progressing. Do you understand?
Yes. Okay. Thank you, Lade. So another thing for because if I listen to your story very well, I saw how people treat you and how people talked about you, right? At this month of awareness, what advice would you give to people who do not have scoliosis, like the general public? So what advice would you give to them?
First thing I would say is when you see people with physical, I don't want to use the word disability. I'm not disabled, but when you see people like, okay, yeah, yeah, what was that? Because I have the symptoms. There was a time because in my hometown we don't have well, and we don't normally have this water that comes from government. We have to go to the stream to fetch water. So anytime I put water on my head, I used to have this. I used to feel uncomfortable and be like, I cannot carry this thing. But then my dad was like, you want to be lazy? You cannot be lazy in this house. You have to fetch water. He does not know what I'm going through. Me too. Me self, I don't know. But I just know that whenever I put water on my head, I used to have this kind of discomfort. So instead of going to fetch water, I just tell my dad, I will do the house chores. I will wash plates. I will sweep. I don't just want to put anything on my head. My dad will be like, you have to go and fetch water. You cannot leave your siblings to be fetch water. So just try for parents. Notice changes in your children. That's one. Then try to like listen to them. Try to listen. When they complain about one thing consistently, try to like find out what that thing is, then act on it like immediately. So then if they had noticed, because nothing was even wrong with my posture at this time that was nothing was wrong with my posture, nothing was wrong with my body, I was perfectly okay. But then I know when I put something on my head, it affects me in a way. So just try to notice your children. Then when they complain about one thing, work on
Take
it.
note.
And for the other popular than not parents yet, or maybe every other person, when you see people with this kind of condition or any condition at all that is not normal, stop staring. Once you stare, if you want to look and take your face. It's not like you will now stare until the person notices that somebody is looking at me. You actually make people feel bad and uncomfortable that way. So please, stop staring.
Yes.
I can't tell you.
It will make you feel uncomfortable with the staring. They go just they look, they look.
They will just look. Then this awareness team, they should work more. Like NGOs should work more on it. People really need to know about scoliosis. Like it's common that we think. It's actually common that we think. Some people even have it and they don't know what it is. There are some illiterates that don't even
True.
know how to operate their phone or read.
Can network. Okay, so please, if you have questions, please send your questions in. Lade, we stopped hearing you at NGOs, oh. We stopped hearing you at NGOs. Like NGOs should create awareness.
And add it to their part, and they can make it part of their training for admission. So you get secondary schools, so they can detect this thing as early as possible and be able to like get proper treatment for it. I think that is a good way to.
Okay, all right. Lade, it has been exciting hearing your story and then listening to all the different stages of emotions that you've had throughout your journey.
I'm still having them. I'm still having smooth swings. I'm still having mood swings. A lot of emotions. Emotion swing.
Emotions. Yeah, I get that. I think I was once there. So yeah, I can actually relate to everything that you're actually saying. Yes. And so there's something else that I want to talk about. I want to talk about exercises, yes, in the place of scoliosis. I know majority of the time people center on oh, have surgery, have surgery, have surgery. But I think exercises also play an interesting role. I have met persons online that exercises have actually helped. Although it takes would I say like a longer time compared to surgery. But I think people with scoliosis move their body to the normal. You are strolling, you are training, you are doing hard work, running up and down because of the stress and everything. But I feel exercises should like be incorporated into scoliosis
I
treatment
actually
and all.
I don't take pain medications until recently. When I feel
Mm,
pains like that, I'll just like try to stretch. Then I have this yoga that I used to do. I saw it online, so I'll just do that, have my bath and sleep, and I'll be just fine. But recently, maybe
fine.
because of the work I'm doing, I told you I saw. So this back pain really got really bad. Like, oh, I just needed something to like, okay. I'm not the kind of person that take drugs like that. But I think I'm getting used to it now. I don't really like drugs, so
Mm.
I don't take medicine. Just
Oh, don't get used to drugs. Don't get used. After my surgery, I was in so much pain, but I knew that taking drugs constantly was not going to be the solution. So I spoke to my physiotherapist and I told him, I don't want to take drugs. I want to take drugs like once in a week or once in 2 weeks if possible. And I was like, oh, are you sure you can do it? I said, yes, I can do it. Bring it on. And so we started doing exercise, really stretch. Yes, stretch
yeah.
my back and pain. And so far, it's been working. I don't need drugs anymore. I think I stopped after my surgery was in November. As at the first week of February or second week, I was already done. I stopped taking drugs at all. Like I didn't want to.
Hmm.
So yes, but
Don't worry.
please, if you know, sorry, please disclaimer: if you know that you have not had your surgery and you are in severe pains, and you know that oh, it will not be possible for you to stretch or something, please take a pain med. I'll advise that you take it. I'm not a physician. I'm just from my own experience, right? It helps you function because if you are not functional, you are of no use to yourself or anybody, mostly persons that are workers or students even. So just take a pain med, stretch, and you'll be fine. And if you can also incorporate stretching as a daily thing, that would also help. So disclaimer to the public. But
Yeah.
yes, thank you so much, Ladi, for coming on. It has
You're welcome.
been amazing talking with you. And
Thank
thank you
you.
so much for being a good friend too.
Uh,
Thank
you're welcome.
you. Like I always say, I don't think I've said it here, but I think I've told Ladi. My scoliosis journey has been a health and faith and health journey, right? I don't think we can actually do all of this. I don't think you can be sane with scoliosis without God giving you peace of mind and giving you strength, right? So
Yeah.
please, let's try to incorporate prayers and then incorporate God into whatever it is that we are feeling or whatever it is that we're going through. So I guess maybe in the long run, when I'm telling my story, I would talk about how my faith has really helped me. All right.
How you have
Thank you
with my
so much for
face too.
coming on. And guys,
MJ will come and be like, like do you know the promises of God for you? It will not it will strengthen you. It will do it. It will boost my faith and make me laugh at the same time. Thank you so much, MJ. Like you really helped me on this journey. You helped a lot.
we're all in this together. All in. Thank you so much, guys, for coming out. Thank you so much. The replay will be on my Instagram page. So feel free, encourage other persons to also listen. And please, guys, this whole awareness thing is not just for people that have scoliosis.
Yeah.
If you do not have scoliosis, we thank God. Please also speak up. If you see an injustice done to a person with scoliosis or anybody at all, mostly people with disabilities, not that scoliosis is a disability, but okay. But please speak up. I beg you, speak up. So thank you guys for coming in. Oh, Dana, see you. Thank you. And thank you, Lado, for coming on. Everybody have
You're
a
welcome.
evening. Enjoy the rest of the day.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay.